Please join me in extending an enthusiastic round of applause for the class of 2019 student speaker, Hamza Qureshi.
Thank you, President Jahanian, for the introduction. First off, thank you and congratulations to my fellow graduates. I'd also like to thank everyone who's helped me get here. My family, friends, professors, mentors. I dedicate this to you. My journey to Carnegie Mellon started roughly 9 years ago. Believe it or not, from an episode of 90210, where one of the main characters name-dropped us. Now, I doubt that at the time, the writers anticipated that mentioning CMU on their show would inspire a random 13-year-old from New Jersey to start planning for the next decade of his life. But here I am. I visited campus for the first time in 2013 and came again in 2014 for pre-college. Before coming here full-time in 2015, I spent my summer exhausting my resources, reading anything that I could find online about what it's like to actually go to Carnegie Mellon. At one point, I came across a post on a forum somewhere where the author described Carnegie Mellon as this grim and harsh environment where people drop like flies. They wrote that when you come to CMU, you come simply to study and to learn, and that if that doesn't work for you, you won't make it out. They wrote that Carnegie Mellon is Pittsburgh's last remaining steel factory, churning out supremely educated yet soulless students one by one. Now, the reason that I think about that post after all these years is because time and time again, Carnegie Mellon and its people have shown me that it couldn't be more wrong. My time here has taught me so many things. First, that drive is the greatest incubus of change. That drive and passion aren't just a part of success. They're a part of what makes us happy. That when our hearts are really, truly in the work that we're doing, we can create incredible things. From extravagant sets for the big senior show, to social media startups, to elaborate booths built and torn down in just a week, to robots that assemble grilled cheese sandwiches for you. See, the mark of a Carnegie Mellon student is this incessant need to create. We work tirelessly to make things better for those around us. And as we journey on to the next phase of our lives, let us not forget the impact that our work can have on the world. As Carnegie Mellon graduates, we have the power to develop the technology that'll lead us to the future, the power to resolve conflicts amongst our teams, our companies, and maybe even our nations, the power to move people with our art. And as the world around us continues to change, we must use what we've learned during our time here to keep creating, keep changing, keep doing, because creativity stops when we do. Over my time at Carnegie Mellon, I've also seen what it really means to change. Change is not something I'm averse to. I was born in Pakistan, and I moved to the United States with my family in 1998. I went on to experience these elements of change throughout my life while at the same time watching the world change around me. And on the surface, I've seen Carnegie Mellon change so much over the past 4+ years. We've gotten a new university president, 2 new gyms. We even got a new business school with a lobby bigger than the Pittsburgh airports. But looking inward, I've seen the community change too. I've seen us become more and more resilient by joining together in the face of deep turmoil and tragedy. We've become more open about the problems that we're facing, and we've started working together to find ways to work past them. We've also become more proactive in driving the change we want to see for ourselves and our people around us. As we move forward, keep in mind that it isn't always about changing our communities, changing our environments, or even changing the world. Sometimes it's about finding those opportunities for change within yourself. And so, class of 2019, my charge to you is this: as we continue to watch ourselves change throughout the course of our lives, remember the times when, even just for a moment, things felt familiar. Remember the moments when you succeeded at things you didn't think you could, and remember the moments you failed when you didn't expect to. Remember the mornings spent in lecture where the only thing you knew was that you had no idea what was going on. Remember the afternoons and the evenings spent with your student orgs, laughing and smiling and arguing in each other's company. And remember the nights that you might not remember all too well. See, change is inevitable. But the way that you remember the memories that led you there is entirely up to you. And my hope is that the overzealous 16-year-olds sitting at the computer researching what life is like as a CMU student are able to see it the same way I did during my time here. That they can see the same opportunities for passion, for growth, and for change. If Carnegie Mellon really is Pittsburgh's last remaining steel factory, then it's clear that we are not spending our time on the assembly lines. We're writing complex algorithms for autonomy, building and testing the machinery, meticulously designing and planning the interior spaces, figuring out how to manage all of the teams, and of course, grabbing a sandwich at the exchange as often as we can. Our days at Carnegie Mellon may have been tough, but with the memories that we've all made here, those days have also been some of our best. Thank you so much once again for the opportunity to speak to you all today. As we move forward, let us not forget that no matter how separated by distance we may find ourselves, we can always find ways to move forward together. Thank you.